Assalamu alaikum. Students, as I promised that I will be discussing all the sentences in detail. Actually, there are so many problems which are related with these sentences. The first one was that these sentences were taken from a well-known book by an Indian writer, Wren and Martin, the High School English Grammar. It is a very old grammar book. And the sentences are, of course, as old as the book, about 100 years old. But the main thing is there are some grammatical issues almost in every sentence. And then in some of the sentences, you will see there are more than one mistake. So let's begin. Number one, you will see some of these sentences have wrong preposition. And the problem with prepositions is, and you all know what are prepositions: in, at, far, from, these are prepositions. And the problem is there are no rules. There are no rules in the use of prepositions, and it goes according to the usage. Whatever the dictionary or the grammar book shows, we have to follow that. It is just like idioms, which cannot be changed. And so prepositions are difficult not only to learn and master, but also to use correctly. Now, without wasting any time, I would one by one go through all the sentences so everything is very clear to you. But please do remember that look at the sentences. If you are not sure, you can email the question to me, or when we have question answer session, you can ask me what is the reason. Number one, the first one was easy. You have to show your interest in. The preposition here was to be used in. Then the second sentence was, she is capable. And capable is followed by of, O-F. She is capable of. Okay. And then there was another problem. She is capable of not telling us of her plans for the future. Clear? Number three, I have been independent of any financial help from my parents. Financial help from my parents. And the number four was, it was a difficult one as well. You have to make good at your promises. Now please listen. This is actually a difficult sentence. Make good is an idiom. And here, make good means to fulfill, to realize. And the preposition to be used here was on. You have to make good on your promises if you want to be trusted. Then another one. I am concerned. Concerned here means worried. And the preposition to be used here was about. I am concerned about your welfare for the future, but in some grammar books and also in some of the dictionaries, they also use concerned for. Okay, then come to number 6. The robber came in. Now please do remember, whenever there is a sentence which shows movement from one place to the other, we use into. Okay? For example, two verbs, go and come, they are followed by preposition into. A robber came into my house. Okay? Where is Jane? She has gone into the shop. So whenever there is movement and the verbs preceding are come or go, we use into. Then please, Tom wants to complain. Do you remember we use both these expressions. Now, the only difference is if we have some complaint and we go with the complaint to somebody, we say, he complained to the principal about the bad behavior of some of the students. Okay? And he complained to the principal. The person to whom the complaint is given, we use to, and for what reason, about. Then the next one was, he was shocked. Now please listen, as I told you, that prepositions that do not follow any rules, and there are many expressions in English which are followed by at. For example, pleased at, shocked at, amazed at. So all these expressions are followed by at. Then number 9, he tried to give to me. Now here one word is not needed, and that is to. He tried to give me. Why? The simple reason is we have to see what is the subject, he. What is the verb, tried. Okay? He tried to give me. Me is the object. So therefore, to was unnecessary. He tried to give me the reason for his absence. There is another issue here, reason for. Then please, number 10. If you look at number 10, it says, vitamins can help to prevent. Now please, always remember, after prepositions, if there is a noun, okay, that will be gerund. Gerund. After prepositions, we use gerund. And gerund is ing form of the verb used as a noun. So the sentence had to be, vitamins can help in preventing. Okay, so there are two problems. One is the preposition, help in preventing. For example, if there was another sentence, for example, after is a preposition. And then we say, after finishing his work. So what you have to remember, after prepositions, if there is a noun, it has to be gerund. Okay. The next was, the team that this was a simple one. The team I represent, I is singular, and as a rule, we cannot use S or ES with the verb when we are talking about I. Okay. Number 12, the patient has, because it is third person singular and the verb has to be has. The patient has died of a heart attack. When somebody dies of a disease, we say he died of a heart attack, he died of cancer, he died of tuberculosis, but he died in an accident. He died from a fall. So what happens? Each time the preposition will be different. But if it is a disease, we say OF. Number 13, everyone said goodbye to Ali when it was time to leave. Leave. So this was a very, you may say, stupid sentence. Number 14, please fill out the application form. Now we have verb, and now we have to use adverb, and naturally it will be correctly. Please fill out the application form correctly, the clerk says. Number 15, Gurmeet is the fattest of the twins. Now please listen, whenever we make comparison between two people, if the comparison is between two people, we have to use comparative degree. So fatter of the twins, fatter of the twins is correct. Then, once again, I explained it to you, neither nor, either are, not only but also. If there is neither, there will be nor. If there is either, there will be or. Okay? So, neither Sam nor the boys. So, what rule I told you? The rule was the verb, when we use correlatives, will go with the second one. And the second one here is the boys, plural. Therefore, like. The men. But please, here you have to learn one more thing, and that is, if there is any non-essential expression in between commas, that is not the grammatical part of the sentence, and the sentence, the grammar of the sentence has to go without it. The men, including Mr. Key, are very. The men are very. Mr. Key was only additional information. Number 18. Although I am the shorter in the class, and now the comparison is with the whole of the class. Therefore, we had to use superlative. Although I am the shortest of the class or in the class, I sit at the last row. It should be row, not roll. Row. Number 19. It's time to take a break. Spelling of break, very simple. Okay. Number 20. To whom do you think would make a good husband to Alice? Now please listen. Here we had to see our subject. You know, personal pronouns, they have subject form and object form. Now, we had to see that what is the subject of the sentence. So our subject, because it is a pronoun, the pronoun in this sentence should be who. Who, your subject, do you your, do you object, and think verb. So the subject had to be a pronoun in subject form, and that is who. Number 18. Number 21. The vase is not for sale. For sale. Number 22. I have been sitting on this very table since. Now please listen. Since is introducing a time phrase, and this was unnecessary. So since morning, the speaker of this sentence is in the present tense, and therefore there was no need for this. Then again, 22. 23rd, on the last stretch. Now please listen. When there is running, there is racing of cars, they go around in a circle, and that circle is not a stretch. That is lap. That is called lap. So the word to use here was lap, not stretch. On the last lap. Okay. Then 24. I spent holidays lying on the beach. Lying on the beach. If you look at 25, I know I have to go. We do not go under the tunnel. We go through the tunnel. I know I have to go through the tunnel in order to get to the other side. So there are two mistakes. Through the tunnel and to the other side. Then 26, the most popular hobby between children is reading. Please do remember, when there are two people, we use between. When there are more than two, we use among. Therefore, the most popular hobby among children is reading. 27, the rat chewed out. Out here is wrong. Here we have to use the expression chewed out means it removed. It removed the top of the shoes. Okay. Then 28. I wrote this novel for my aunt. Not to my aunt, for my aunt. We are disappointed at our results in our examinations. Okay, then we are keen. Now please listen. The word keen means interested or eager. And the preposition to be used here is on. I am keen on. Okay. 20. We are keen on starting work on the project. Now, 31. Once again, same rule between Sally and Sonia. I like Sally the better, not the best, because the comparison is between two people. Then the next one, this is a typical sentence. If I am rich, I will travel around the world. Please do remember, there is a whole lot of conditional sentences. There are so many types of conditional sentences, but this sentence is a typical one, and we, in the language of grammar, we call it and by unreal past, we mean of a situation that is assumed, which is not real. And for this reason, such sentences are called unreal past. And the rule is, if is followed by were. If I were rich, okay? If I were you, when we are advising other people, we generally say, if I were you, I would accept the offer. I would accept the job. I would apologize to the teacher. But here, if I were rich, he is not rich, but he is assuming that if he were rich, so that is unreal past. If I were rich, I would. And in the main class, we use conditional. Would. If I were rich, I would. Then please, the next one. He is the soul. The problem is with the spelling of soul. Here the word to be used was soul only. He is the soul only. Number 34, the egg yolk is yellow in color. The only problem here is with definite article the. In this sentence, the writer is making a general statement. And the correct sentence should be egg yolk. Egg yolk is yellow in color, not the. There shouldn't be the. Then, number 35, it does not matter. It does not matter. She still likes him. So there are two problems. Number 36, he professed. By profess, we mean to make a claim. He claimed. He professed that he had made. And this rule you already know. I told you after has, have, had, we always use third form of the verb. He had made a lot of mistakes in the course. Another spelling mistake. Course should be so there are three mistakes in this sentence. Number 37, all men are, simple one, very simple, you could do it. Number 38, neither the father nor the son is. The son is. Because the rule is the verb has to go with the second one. Then 39, some of the people, spelling. The problem is with spelling. Some of the people, okay? Some of the people are very angry at the decision. Not with the decision, at the decision. Number 40, his aunt, together with his cousins, is. His aunt, together with his cousins, is. Okay. Number 41, in my teenage life. Now please listen. Teenage life is a period of time. It is not something, our time is not specified. Therefore, the preposition to use here was during. During my teenage life. Clear? Okay. Number 42. Teenage fights mostly happen. Teenage fights mostly happen in streets, arcades, or wide deck. Number 43. Out of a sudden. It makes no sense. Therefore, most of you could do it correctly. All of a sudden I saw a group of people walking walking towards me. Number 44, I saw no one was coming. Sorry, no one was chasing me and stopped running. Now, please listen. You already know. In some junior class, you might have studied types of sentences. Now, what is happening here? The writer here has used and. And you know, and, but, or, nor, so, they are called coordinating conjunctions. Okay? And we coordinate, it means if we do not use the coordinating conjunction, the sentences linked together can stand on their own in meaning, and the meaning is clear. And therefore, this was wrong because one thing is happening as a result of something. There is a relationship of cause and effect here. So it had to be linked with some other subordinating conjunction. When I saw, should I walk? So you already know all these words, shall, will, would, vagara. They are followed by first form of the verb. Number 46. I blamed myself for not handling. Okay? Cameron Highlands. Now please listen. Cameron Highlands is not a chain of mountains. It is just a holiday resort in Malaysia, and therefore we cannot use or here. So is. But 2 or 3 sentences. Okay. After taking shower, Nodi, out in the corridor, I took a deep breath. Take is a verb and has to be followed by a verb. Breath is a verb. Sorry, breath is a noun and breathe is a verb. Then I am a friend of them. This is correct. Some of you changed them into theirs. But please, the rule is after prepositions, we use object pronoun. After prepositions, we use object pronouns. Then, and I came. Now listen. I am a friend, present tense, came, past. They cannot go together. So therefore, it should be, and I have come from abroad. Thank you very much. And please listen. First of all, I thank all those who did a wonderful job and attempted this worksheet and sent it to me for correction. I am really impressed by their labor, and Harvard. And please, tomorrow, inshallah, we'll be discussing paper 1 that was sent to you last week. So be ready with the paper. Thank you very much. If you have any questions,